Hey YouTubers, it's your old pal Fern Bark up here at Morningwood again. Everything is pretty much the way I left it, which is always good news. I just got my grill sitting over there right now. But what's nice is after I come back for a week, a lot of the stuff kind of like drops down a little bit, so it's easier to see. And one thing that I've done is I cleared off that big giant brush pile, which if you remember was a big heaping thing, up about this high. Got that mulched down, and I just pushed it over the edge right there by that big cedar tree. So that's going to help some erosion right there because it'll keep it from drying out and washing away. I still got kind of a big stick pile, which I think I'm just going to burn that. That's just too tangly to try to feed into that noisy machine. What I'm going to do from now on is when I drop a tree, I'm going to put the branches through it right away so they don't have a chance to get all tangled up like that. So that's a huge pain in the ass. But I started on a shed, so I have the base laid out here, and I'm going to leave that gap underneath her because that's kind of where it's hard to see, but there's a water runoff right there. So I should probably put some stone down there to help keep that from washing away, but I'm going to fix that so it doesn't erode out on me anymore. But that's today's project, building a shed. Even though these two solar panels are not at an optimal angle, they're getting the job done. They've been up here a week. Batteries are still at 12.5 volts. Our refrigerator is staying at a nice chilly 34 to 37 degrees. So I've had food in there for a week, and it's really nice not having to pack an ice chest every time I come up here. And I can just load it up and then refill it every once in a while. So I get nice ice cold drinks in there right now. Some lunch meat, make a sandwich later. The topic of sanitation is always a hotly debated issue in the off-gridding community. And let's be serious, it's important that you know how to dispose of your human waste safely. Now, fortunately, there's ways that nature lets you know a good spot for you to go. And if you're an experienced bushcrafter, these signs come to your eye quite easily. If you're a novice, I'm going to show you one of the visual cues that you can use to see if this is a good place. Now, the language is going to get a little salty. What you're looking for is called a piss rock, and I'm going to show you. All right, what we're going to do is just scan the terrain and see if we can find any kind of visual cue that lets us decide where nature wants us to hang a whiz. Do you see anything? Anywhere that looks good? No, if you missed it, it's right there. The piss rock. Alright. Hope this helped you. This tree right here is shading my solar panel, and it's blocking my view of the bay. I won't lie, the future does not look bright for this tree. Floor built. And if you're wondering why didn't he put a third support piece underneath there in the middle, the answer is I don't know. I'm wishing that I had, but if it becomes a problem, I'll just jack it up and put one underneath there. It's not going to be that heavy. But alright, phase one done. Time to get to the actual shed. I don't even remember when I bought that thing. I'm hoping I get it built before the warranty expires. I just pulled everything out of this box. Got it laying all over the ground. No directions. No directions in the box. Which I think is going to complicate this project. I got these wall connectors. I got a bag of screws at least. No directions. So, I watched a video on how to build this about 2 months ago, but shoot, I really need to know where slot A and tab B are supposed to be. Well, let's see what I can do. Okay, fortunately I got 4G up here. That allows me to get decent streaming on the phone. So I watched a couple of YouTube videos. I think I can at least get the walls up. But look at this. every one of these holes has got to be punched out with a screwdriver so you can put a screw through it. God, there's got to be like hundreds of them. So I got that to keep me busy for a while. It went A, B, C, D, and now it changes to H. So it must go E back around. That's bullshit. Why would you do that? These little connectors are pretty ingenious. I mean, it couldn't be easier. You just stick them in there and slide them down until they click. And it's nice because they line everything up as you're doing it. So I kind of like that part of it. These are the screws and washers that hold the windows in. I left the bags out in the sun. They got so hot I can't even touch them, so I got to put them in the shade, let them cool down. I'm going to eat a little lunch and come back and put them. Today's off-grid lunch is hamburgers, made entirely with items acquired from the grid, like propane and hamburger meat in this grill. And if you haven't watched the video on this grill, please do. Thank you. I had to steal my step stool from my camper because I wasn't tall enough to put that in or to put this up right here. This was a bear. Once I got the stool, it's actually not that bad because I had a decent angle at that point. The other key to this is you got to pre-drill all the holes on here or you'll never get that put in because the screw will just slide around. So, but it's up. On to the next step.